Hi, it's Brian and Nicole, and we know you've been waiting. We have the results from our egg retrieval. So we know you've been waiting, so we're going to jump right to it. If you want more details, afterwards we'll go into more detail, and you can listen if you want to. We had 3 mature eggs retrieved from the retrieval, and of those, all 3 embryos failed. So after 1 day of observation after fertilization, 1 had fertilized abnormally and was immediately discarded. 1 had fertilized normally, and 1 was pending fertilization.
And our clinic does not give regular updates. They wait until day 7 because they just kind of like to leave it in there. So we were just waiting that whole time.
How do you do it, people?
Yeah.
That is like hands down the worst part of all of this, I think, is that week of just like waiting and waiting to hear about, and like you can't do anything.
Yeah. So day 3, the one that was pending fertilization had not fertilized, and then the other egg that had fertilized normally only progressed to 10 cells.
We got the news about a week ago.
Yeah.
We've just kind of been dealing with that disappointment since.
Yeah, it is disappointing. Both of us kind of felt like, yeah, it's gonna work. A couple of positive things were that we have been mentally prepared for doing 2 retrievals from the start.
November was still planning on doing a second retrieval, and hopefully this time it will end up with some viable embryos.
I know some people have probably wanted to ask us how it's going, but maybe felt like they couldn't. You can always ask. We are happy that we have friends and people who care about how things are going and who are curious. Just know that we might not always feel like answering at that moment, but please ask. Oh, this is interesting. Sorry. My retrieval was pretty cool. Most of the time what I hear of is you get put down for... That sounds
You get put
bad.
down. Mm-hmm.
Sounds
You
bad.
go in and like a dog, you're
that's not...
put down.
That's not what
We're living in handmade land,
Okay.
and if you're not fertile, you're put down.
No! You are put under for that procedure. Not at my clinic. I think if you have more than 8 eggs to retrieve or something, then they do put you under. For me, I was awake for the whole thing, and so I got to see, and it wasn't bad. They do local anesthesia. Warning for those who are worried about graphic content. They put a needle up through your vagina into your ovary and suck the little eggs out from the follicles.
That is not graphic.
Some people might.
Graphic.
I said vagina, so.
Vagina is not graphic.
I know, but some people might be like, oh.
And just draw it out. That's graphic!
That's graphic.
That's graphic!
Okay, don't
say vagina.
The doctor was great. I barely felt anything. I mean, it was a little uncomfortable, but it really didn't hurt. And because I was awake for it, I got to see they had like a video, like a monitor up. It showed what the embryologist was looking at. So I got to see my eggs as they were being retrieved. Amazing. But I think it was cool. Plus I had some Valium, so that helped.
You might have just noticed a massive change, and that's because our camera went dead while we were finishing the last one, and we didn't know it. We're having to just kind of refinish this much later at night.
It's coming back to me now.
Yeah. While we're disappointed, we're not hopeless.
We're feeling positive and we're feeling optimistic for November.
We're feeling positive and we're feeling optimistic along with the disappointment. Like,
yeah, it's all together.
It's this weird intermingled cocktail of emotions. We feel everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to turn out all right.
Yeah, it's going to work out somehow or other.
Is there anything you feel like has been like potent or palpable?
Don't make plans. That's
Yeah.
how it's been all year for us. We make a plan, we say this is how it's going to be, this is what we're going to do, this is the schedule, this is the timetable, and none of it, not one piece of it has turned out like we thought.
And I think that's why like we could totally be like, oh yeah, no, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because in the chaos, like nothing goes as planned,
No.
but something good always comes out of it. And growth is always positive. Even in the disappointment, like
Yeah.
growth is positive.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
It sucks.
Because you can't skip the disappointment
Yeah.
to get on the other side of it. It's really good, as much as I hate experiencing it.
There's a lot to be learned from going through this process, for sure. A lot of character development.
Ew, gross.
What else are you gonna call it?
I don't know, something that doesn't sound so Tony Robbins-esque. I'm not criticizing you.
No.
I'm criticizing Tony Robbins. So in the chaos, as hard as it is, you can just like open up and lean into it.
And get out of it what you can, I guess.
Which is a drinking problem. That's what I'm going to take out of it. I'm going to take out.
Mine is a crafting problem.
And mine is straight up alcoholism.
Infertility sucks. That's it. It really just is so hard. And kudos to everybody going through it. It's tough. It'll do a number on you. I think it'll be really nice to just take a break.
And that's what we need right now. We need a break from the IVF stuff. Even just drop it back down and be like, okay, who are ourselves? What's like our base level of us? Why do we want to have kids? Like just drop back to that again. So that way, once we jump back into the hormones and into all of that, it's for the right reasons.
The motivation will be there.
Yeah.
It's really nice to be back together again.
Yeah, because it sucked to do this apart. You were in New York. I was in Cleveland. Infertility sucks. It sucks worse when you can't be together.
Yeah.
And I think that being apart is one of the leading causes of infertility.
As usual, you can follow us on Instagram at OwensDoIVF for more frequent updates. And we want to say again a big thank you to everybody for your support, for your kind words, for your prayers and your thoughts that have been with us through this whole process. So thank you. Yeah,
Let's wait for these sirens to...
Okay. Oh, Cleveland.